Was this really how you plan to bring back a beloved character? It feels like their death was wasted, or this is just a marketing scheme. Hey guys, welcome back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm gonna be your host Shinry, here at Everything Anime Podcast, talking about from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and whatever relevant topic I talk about. Today's video is on Boruto Blue Vortex Chapter 8 or 9. And so, if you forgot, because I sure did, the tree people were looking for Naruto when they came to the Hidden Leaf Village, but instead they found his daughter Himawari. Now, speculation was always that like something special was about Himawari, but again, as I've said on screen, the only thing she ever did was in the Boruto movie. She took out her father Naruto with one punch, which was more like a gag than actually taking it serious.
Huh? Her eyes look just like Mom's.
Boruto!
Dad, it's her! Himawari snapped! She's really strong! And really scary too!
Byakugan, what the heck's going on?
Stop!
Locked on.
Enough fighting! Right in the chakra point!
And of course Boruto was afraid of her because she activated her Byakugan. But the thing about Byakugan is that they can just see chakra points. So he was more afraid that she was going to attack his chakra points than actually kill him. And then she took down Naruto because she hit his main chakra point, which was supposed to be his junk. That was a joke. But other than that, like, she's just been the sister that hasn't done anything. And so the first time we got that reference was like the Atsushiki inside of Boruto saw something about Himawari, or Himawari saw something about the Atsushiki in Boruto. It was something like that. And so we were like, okay, she's gonna be special, but again, she hasn't done anything. So like, what's gonna happen? And you know, this is a new generation, new story, so maybe she could have potentially done something. What happens though is very disappointing and makes no sense, because I'm gonna get to that. Before that though, one of the tree people pulled a book out of his body. It's not really an important detail, but it's just something I noted because, like, this guy has been obsessed with, like, reading things and, like, you know, trying to get more knowledge. And he references that a lot because they're technically newborns. So him gathering all this knowledge is just kind of interesting to me. Although what he pulls out is a ninja book. And it gives them information on the new Ino Shikacho. But because I forgot to mention, like, the kids are also there. Like, Himawari was traveling with Shikadai, and I forgot Ino and Sai's son, and then whatever Choji's daughter's name is. I think it was Chocho, which is ironic. A character I didn't have a name in my book. But this is when we learn that Himawari has some of the nine-tailed fox inside of her. Now here is where that doesn't make sense. If you can say, well, because let's get to it now. Himawari doesn't just have a some of the nine-tailed fox, like, chakra in her. She has her own nine-tailed fox inside of her body. That's the big reveal at the end of this chapter. Now here's the thing. That would mean every Jinchuriki that ever had a child, because we know that I think it was the first Hokage and his wife, who we learned she didn't teach Tsunade, but she told Tsunade about, like, you know, the Rasengan, the Rasen spiral. That would mean her daughter or son, which, because we know Tsunade is the granddaughter of the first Hokage, that would mean their daughter or son had a piece of the nine-tailed fox. That means there would be another version of the nine-tailed fox. That would mean Gaara, who is assumed to have a son, okay, I think the Shukaku went back into his body. I don't remember, so don't quote me. But if that happened, that would mean Gaara's son has his own version of the Shukaku. That would mean every tailed beast that potentially had a child has a piece of the has their own Jinchuriki. Now, unless you say that Naruto Fox is special or that Naruto accidentally, it would probably be some bullshit where like the Naruto Fox accidentally created another version of himself inside of Himawari. It didn't happen to Boruto. It didn't happen to Gaara's kid. It didn't happen to Tsunade's mother or father, because again, she is the grandson of the first Hokage. The first Hokage married the woman that was sealed with the Nine Tails before Tsunade, and that means every other generation had no kids, no love, no nothing. And that could be true because Jinchuriki were hated, but like we know specifically she found love with the first Hokage, and we know that Gaara has a child. So Gaara has a Shukaku currently. There should be a Shukaku inside of that kid. Or we don't even know about the Tail Beast if they can potentially have kids. So doesn't mean like this was either a marketing ploy, you didn't know how to bring Kurama back, and when I say marketing ploy, to sell toys, because the thing looks cute. The thing looks like a baby. It's not like the full scary Nine-Tailed Fox that attacked the Nine-Tailed Village. It looks like fucking what's the Vulpix from Pokemon. That's what it looks like with 9 tails. So this is a marketing ploy to sell toys, or you didn't know how to bring Kurama back, which you should never kill him in the first place. Baryon mode, first of all, was only ever used for like physical attacks, and it lasted 5 minutes. And on top of that, he fought a nigga that could just make things get bigger and shrink. That is not a planetary villain. That is not a scary villain. That villain didn't even destroy Konoha. And I have a point to get to that again as well. None of these villains in Boruto have destroyed Konoha once. But they all keep showing up like they're going to do something bad. Code showed up. He was the big bad that you guys kept talking about. Oh, Code's got his limiter off. Code's going to destroy it. Code's way stronger than Madara. Code can box Madara. Code didn't do shit. He summons a bunch of small fucking freezers that got taken out by Guinea. Yeah, the 10 tails that the whole ninja war was about and people were struggling and afraid of, they got taken out by fucking Guinea. And then Code got his face stomped on by Boruto the moment he showed up. And you guys are like, oh, that's because Boruto's way stronger. Yes, but you need a villain that can take on the bad guy. Then you said Kawaki was the main villain. Boruto pushes his ass out the way when Kawaki goes at him full force and Boruto calls him weak. Where are the threats? Who is your major antagonist that's going to take this character down? And I'm going to get to the tree people in a second, but this is my thing. Where is the major antagonist that is a threat to Konoha, that's a threat to the world? I mean, we're beyond Konoha now, because these tree people got to be stronger than the fucking planet at this point, because you guys claim Boruto is planetary, which Boruto is not planetary. If you get hit with a planetary Rasengan, your ass should be destroyed, obliterated. Because if you get hit by a Kamehameha, planetary size, y'all know what I'm talking about, fucking Cell, you're demolished, you don't exist anymore. Kid Buu, you're demolished, you don't exist anymore. Frieza, you're demolished, you don't exist anymore. Those are planetary attacks. Luffy ain't got no planetary attack yet, but Luffy got an island destroying attack, which is what One Piece is. One Piece is island destroyers. We ain't got no planetary villains in One Piece yet. There might be, I don't know, we ain't at the end of the series, but when you talk about planetary, Ichigo. Well, Ichigo was like Dimension Destroyer. I don't think Bleach had definitely Captain Yamato is planetary, because if Captain Yamato unlocks his blade, it activates the flames of hell.
Good, because I intend to crush your flesh, blood, soul, and sword until there is nothing left of them!
Lips are cracking.
This can only mean
He's using it.
Bankai. Zanka no Tachi.
Zanka no Tachi is a bankai that seals the power of all his flames within that single blade.
You should know this Bankai well. It is the one you saw 1,000 years ago.
Tip of his blade!
Correct! Zanka no Tachi is Kyokujitsujin. Everything it touches is simply blown away without a trace. finally going to force you to realize that you and all of your subordinates are nothing more than a pile of corpses just waiting for my flames to light the funeral pyre!
The flames.
Where there's an east, there is also a west. Sunjitsu Gokui! When I use my bankai, think of my body and my blade as having been enveloped by the sun! Now then, I must bring these to a close, Yuhabaha. If I do not end this soon, it will not be just you. I and the rest of the Soul Society will burn to ashes as well.
It feels like I'm burning alive. If it weren't for my brute, I'd be ashes by now.
And if the blade is out longer than 1 minute, the whole earth is supposed to burn or turn to ash. So that is planetary in Bleach. But we never saw the planet get destroyed in Bleach. But we did see like multi-cities get destroyed in Bleach. So we'll say like we saw multi-city villains destroy shit in Bleach. And our heroes took them down. But we saw that destruction. I'm gonna get to it. Let's keep going in my notes. So they want to capture Himawari because she has the Nine Tails in her, and they try to trap her in one of those tree spells. But before she gets fully captured, Ino Shikacho Saber, Shikadai uses his shadow possession jutsu that his father got, and then Sai's son uses cartoon beast mimicry, and then Choji catches her with her big ass hands. Here's my other problem with Boruto, because it wasn't really a problem in Naruto, but these guys are clones of their parents or clones of their parents. They're clones of their grandparents, basically. Shikadai, or Shikamaru, had the same powers as his father. Ino had the same powers as her father. There's Sai could basically use like beast mimicry, whatever, paintings, but at least their son is different where he uses cartoon beasts. And if it's a child, it's cartoons. But Choji's daughter, Chocho, just has the same powers as her father, who had the same powers as his father. So none of these kids have unique abilities. Boruto, maybe. He uses lightning, water style, and 4 shadow clones, as well as these like random vanishing Rasengan and Rasendan, which shoots like a gun. But Metal, same as his dad. Kiba's kid, same as his dad. Shino's kid, same as his dad. These kids are basically clones. Gaara's kid is like maybe the most unique. He uses like another when he uses like iron or something. Not really sand, but it's like iron or like some metal sand or gray sand or black sand. You got to give them more uniqueness than clones of their parents. It makes the story way too same. But at least, like I said, I'm going to give props to Ino's kid and Sai's kid that he uses cartoon beast mimicry, which, yes, is like your father, but at least it's cartoons and it fits a child. Now, here's what my next note was, is Kawaki's useless ass was knocked out because, Mitsuri put his ass to sleep. Mitsuri, who lost to Boruto, and Boruto said was way weaker than him, and he did nothing. So what was the point of Mitsuri knocking him out? Is that his name? Orochimaru's kid? Whoever Orochimaru's kid is, he knocked his ass out and then ain't do shit. I mean, he knocked his ass out and he went to sleep, but he didn't do shit to Boruto. That whole chapter hyped up about, I'm going to fight Boruto with my new power that I've never fully used my full powers on. Stupid. Then we flash over to Boruto, who just escaped with Jiraiya, to find out he has to go back to the Hidden Leaf Village. 1 chapter later. You just left the village. This shit has happened back to back. Code showed up, you stomped on his face. Then you found out Kawaki knew your locations, they had to leave. Then he comes back and Kawaki just finds him anyway. This is terrible storytelling. What is the point of having a character leave a location to come back to a location because he was being chased by a certain character that he can't confront, for having him come back the next chapter and face that same character? What was the point of that? Just have all the events escalating. Have Code show up. Boruto stomps on his face. Have Kawaki show up. Kawaki and Boruto are about to go at it, but then the 3 people show up. You might as well do it like that, because the way you're doing it is having him run, come back, run, come back. It's stupid. That's terrible storytelling. It's like having a character go to a location and then the next, like, we have to get to this location, and you think it's gonna be a travel moment in a story, but instead they're just there the next episode. That's what that is, and it's stupid. But yeah, I guess he had to come back because I know someone's gonna say that in the note. Like, he had to come back. The tree people are gonna devour his sister. Like, yes, I understand, but make that situation escalate. Don't have the character leave to just come back to leave to come back. That's what I'm saying. I know he had to come back to save his sister. Yeah. And before Kawaki and Boruto fight, they just have another boring ass chat where they're like, "Oh, I'm stronger than you," or shitballing, or even Boruto's like, "Hey, we should team up to take down these tree people." And Kawaki's like, "Why would I do that?" Like, stop trying to team up with all these fucking villains too. They are villains for a reason. It's been 8 chapters. That's why I said Boruto is not that creative. It is the 96 chapters. Naruto had 700 chapters, and it was a great story. Some plot holes, some things that could have been expanded on. We never went to the other villages. I've said this before. It don't need to be 1,000 chapters like One Piece. I ain't trying to say that shit. It might as well be because you got Boruto. Boruto's an extension of Naruto. But we never went to those other villages. We never really explored the other villages. We never seen how the other villages functioned. We never really did that. We never did. So I just don't understand why we do this. And then Kawaki has some new ass eye that he got from, like, who eye did he take? He took somebody's eye, but it don't even look that cool. Like, it's just some random ass like a design, and it don't do shit anyway. Like, Kawaki's new eye don't do shit this whole fight. So I don't know why that was hyped up in this fight. And basically allows him to teleport anyway, like Sasuke does. But again, Boruto just hilariously takes his ass down anyway. So what is what is Kawaki? They're not villains. They suck. You guys cannot be weaker than the main character and call yourselves villains or threats to Konoha. You're weak as fuck. If Aizen was weaker than Ichigo and Aizen showed up every time and Ichigo just stomped his face in, because you know how Ichigo grabbed it? When Ichigo grabbed Aizen's face,
場所を移そうぜ。ここでは俺は戦いた案ずることはない。唐倉町が破壊されるまでもなく、君は。始めようぜ、アイゼン。
like after training to get the final Getsu Tentacle, that was so hype because we knew Aizen was crazy. We knew Ichigo was way under his level. If Luffy had showed up and then Blackbeard, who just killed Ace, was just like, "Hey, Luffy, I'm coming to kick your ass and capture you for the," and Luffy just took his ass down on one hit, like he did. I almost called him Doflamingo. Like he did. Who's the Spring guy? If he had took him down like that one punch, like he did twice to Blackbeard, there'd be no hype for Blackbeard. That's what I'm saying. There are no stakes with these villains in Boruto. There is none. You cannot tell me in the comments there's any hype for these villains. Okay, so here's the part about the tree people. So Ino Shikocho are trying to hold them back so Himawari can escape. And that's when they do this blast that looks so huge in the panel, you would think it obliterated Konoha. But no. Konoha looked fine. So these tree people that are the new villains that look so strong didn't even obliterate the village. I don't even know what the fuck they blew up. Did they blow up a tree in the distance? Because that's really stupid. You gotta do another pain moment. You gotta destroy the village. Because that told us how strong Pain was. That told us the threat that Pain was. Orochimaru attacking the village with the hidden sound and the hidden leaf village being under attack and the third Hokage dying. That told us the threat of Orochimaru. Where is the threat in Boruto? I'm not seeing it. Because if Konoha's always fine, if Code shows up and these alien Frieza show up and they get killed by Ginny and Code gets his face stomped on, there is no threat because Konoha's not in danger. If Kawaki shows up and he's just chilling and Ida's just chilling and Damien's just chilling, where's the threat? Because they ain't doing anything. If these tree people show up and they can't even destroy Konoha, where is the fucking threat? It's useless. It's useless. It's useless. It's useless. It's useless. I don't have no theories for Boruto except that I think Kurama's going to be brought back. But this is just for a marketing scheme because he didn't know how to bring Kurama back. Or it's to sell toys. Or it's because you want to give Himawari relevance. But again, she hasn't done anything on screen. And I don't think giving her a nine-tailed fox form is going to really do much. But especially when these Atsushiki already beat Naruto. because he needed barrier mode to take on one of them, and these people are supposed to be stronger than them. So what the fuck is that gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. I seem like a Boruto hater. I'm not a Boruto hater. I'm a reader. I'm an author. I write books for the last 20 years, and I read all kinds of manga and anime, as you can see on this channel. But this is giving me who'd that do from Inuyasha? I want to call him Nosferatu, but that's not it. Whoever the dude is, that is giving me that, where he kept escaping because he was just too weak. He was way weaker than Inuyasha, but he seemed like he was strong. Yeah, that guy. He seemed like him because they didn't know how to kill him. Yeah. I don't know. Boruto, give me more. Next week, you got to give me something better. Show me these street people taking somebody down. Show me these street people doing something. Because if these street people do nothing in the next chapter, I'm calling the rest of this manga shit. I don't care if people hate my comments. I don't care if people start watching my videos. I'm telling you, there is nothing going on in this series. Nothing. You're not missing anything. And this guy has months. He's not even writing weekly like One Piece, My Hero Academia, or Bleach, or Black Clover was. He has months to plan these out. And this is a story you're giving, and your villains aren't doing anything, and your villains haven't shown that they're a threat yet, and all of your villains keep getting swapped out. Wait, how many swap outs have we had since Barrier Mode? We've had so many villain swap outs, and none of these villains have done anything that threatening. Anyways, that's all for the video. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home seeking vengeance, but instead faces a choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado, the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red Will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.